Sultan Mehmed II, the conqueror of Constantinople. Sultan Mehmed II, also known as Mehmed the Conqueror, Fatih Sultan Mehmet in Turkish, was one of the most significant rulers in the history of the Ottoman Empire. His reign marked a period of monumental transformation, not only for the Ottomans but also for the entire world. Born on March 30, 1432, in Edirne, the former capital of the Ottoman Empire, Mehmed's legacy is defined by his military prowess, diplomatic strategies, and vision for a unified empire. His most famous achievement is the conquest of Constantinople in 1453, an event that reshaped the political and cultural landscapes of Europe and the Middle East. Mehmed II was born to Sultan Murad II, the ruler of the Ottoman Empire, and Huma Hatun. He was raised in the Ottoman court and received a comprehensive education that included not only the traditional Ottoman teachings but also Greek and Latin studies, reflecting the multicultural environment of the empire. His father, Sultan Murad II, initially abdicated in favor of Mehmed in 1444, but his brief reign was marked by instability and internal opposition. As a result, Murad II returned to power, and Mehmed's rule would have to wait until 1446. Mehmed II ascended to the throne in 1451 after his father's death. He was only 19 years old at the time, but his intelligence, ambition, and determination made him a powerful ruler from the start. The young sultan was determined to expand the empire and cement his place in history as a great conqueror. His vision for the Ottoman Empire included unifying the territories in Anatolia, expanding into the Balkans, and ultimately, capturing Constantinople, the ancient capital of the Byzantine Empire. The siege of Constantinople in 1453 remains Mehmed II's most legendary achievement. The city, a symbol of Eastern Christianity and the Byzantine Empire, had been under constant threat from the Ottomans for decades. For Mehmed, the conquest of Constantinople was not just a military goal but a symbolic mission to establish the Ottomans as the dominant power in the region and to fulfill the prophetic aspirations of Islamic expansion. The siege of Constantinople began on April 6, 1453. The Byzantine Empire, weakened by internal strife and external pressure, was ill-prepared to defend itself against the Ottomans. Emperor Constantine XI Palaiologos led the defense of the city, but his forces were vastly outnumbered by Mehmed's army, which numbered around 80,000 soldiers. Mehmed's forces also included expert engineers, soldiers, and artillery, including the famous large cannons that he used to breach the city's walls. One of the key factors in Mehmed's success was his ability to employ advanced military tactics. He placed his forces around the city, cutting off access to the sea and preventing any aid from reaching the defenders. The Ottoman navy also played a critical role in blockading the Bosphorus and preventing supplies from entering Constantinople. Despite the best efforts of the defenders, the Ottomans eventually breached the city's walls on May 29, 1453. The fall of Constantinople marked the end of the Byzantine Empire, which had lasted for over 1,000 years. Mehmed entered the city triumphantly and was hailed as a hero. He immediately transformed the city into the new Ottoman capital, renaming it Istanbul. Mehmed also made efforts to restore the city's infrastructure, building mosques, schools, and other public works. The fall of Constantinople had far-reaching consequences, both for the Ottoman Empire and the wider world. The city had long been a cultural and religious center of Eastern Christianity, and its capture by the Ottomans marked the end of an era. The Ottoman Empire, under Mehmed's leadership, now had control over one of the most strategically important locations in the world, situated at the crossroads of Europe and Asia. The conquest of Constantinople also marked a turning point in the balance of power between Europe and the Ottoman Empire. For centuries, the Byzantine Empire had served as a buffer between the Christian West and the Muslim East. With the fall of Constantinople, the Ottomans emerged as a dominant force in the region, with their influence stretching from the Balkans to the Middle East and North Africa. In addition, the fall of Constantinople had a profound impact on European trade. The Ottoman control of key trade routes to Asia forced European powers to seek new paths to the east. This led to the Age of Exploration, with explorers like Christopher Columbus and Vasco da Gama seeking alternative routes to Asia by sea. The Ottoman Empire, therefore, played a crucial role in shaping the course of world history during the Renaissance and the early modern period. Mehmed II's vision extended beyond military conquest. He was a skilled administrator and reformer who worked to strengthen the foundations of the Ottoman state. He implemented a centralized system of government, which consolidated the power of the Sultan and reduced the influence of local rulers. Mehmed also made efforts to create a more efficient tax system, ensuring that the empire's vast resources were properly managed. Under Mehmed's rule, the Ottoman legal system was reformed and codified. He sought to integrate Islamic law, Sharia, with the existing Byzantine legal traditions, creating a system that was fair and efficient for both Muslims and non-Muslims in the empire. His legal reforms helped maintain order and stability within the diverse and multi-ethnic empire. One of Mehmed's most notable policies was his approach to religious tolerance. While he was a devout Muslim, he allowed religious freedom within the empire. He welcomed Christians and Jews into the Ottoman realm, granting them certain privileges and protections under his rule. This policy of religious tolerance contributed to the social cohesion of the empire and helped maintain peace between different religious communities. Mehmed also focused on economic growth. His empire benefited from the control of important trade routes, both overland and maritime. He invested in infrastructure, building roads, bridges, and other public works to promote trade and commerce. Mehmed's reign saw a period of relative prosperity for the Ottoman Empire, which would continue for centuries after his death. In addition to the conquest of Constantinople, Sultan Mehmed II led several military campaigns to expand the Ottoman Empire further. He was known for his strategic brilliance, often using a combination of diplomacy and military force to achieve his goals. In 1460, Mehmed captured the Byzantine stronghold of Trebizond, modern-day Trabzon, on the Black Sea, marking the end of the Byzantine Empire in Asia. He also turned his attention to the Balkans, where he waged a series of successful campaigns against Christian states. His conquest of the Morea, Peloponnese, in 1460 and the annexation of Serbia in 1459 solidified Ottoman control over large parts of the Balkans. Mehmed also sought to assert Ottoman dominance over Egypt and the Mamluk Sultanate. In 1481, he launched a military campaign against the Mamluks but died before achieving full success. Despite this, the Ottomans would later conquer Egypt under his successor, Sultan Selim I, in 1517. Sultan Mehmed II died on May 3, 1481, at the age of 49. His death marked the end of a remarkable era in Ottoman history, but his legacy lived on. Mehmed's military conquests and administrative reforms laid the foundation for the golden age of the Ottoman Empire, which would continue for several centuries under his successors. Mehmed II's reign is remembered as a time of both military triumph and cultural flourishing. His conquest of Constantinople marked the beginning of a new era in world history, with the Ottoman Empire emerging as one of the most powerful empires in the world. His policies of religious tolerance, legal reform, and economic development helped stabilize and strengthen the empire, ensuring its longevity for centuries to come. Today, Sultan Mehmed II is celebrated as a national hero in Turkey, and his legacy is honored in various ways, including monuments, schools, and public buildings named after him. His conquest of Constantinople remains one of the most significant events in world history, shaping the future of Europe, Asia, and the Middle East. The Ottomans, under Mehmed II, left an indelible mark on the world, and his reign continues to be studied and admired by historians, scholars, and admirers of military strategy and leadership. In conclusion, Sultan Mehmed II, also known as Fatih Sultan Mehmet, was a visionary leader whose impact on history cannot be overstated. His military genius, administrative reforms, and diplomatic acumen helped establish the Ottoman Empire as a major world power. His conquest of Constantinople in 1453 remains one of the defining moments in world history, and his legacy as a conqueror, ruler, and reformer continues to inspire generations.